Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, Sir Ian Livingstone, of course, has gone. He was the Chief Constable of Scotland. He's retired, he's left. And for many, it was the appearance that he may have been somewhat, perhaps, in the pocket of the SNP. Allegedly, maybe. Cover your arse. Certainly, there was a lot of stuff that went on that might have been pretty shady that was never investigated. And one can only surmise that the decision not to investigate came from, perhaps, the Chief Constable, allegedly. Well, we have a new Chief Constable, and one can presume, of course, that it was one that was being carefully vetted and selected for various attributes by the SNP. Perhaps. We don't know. We will find out, of course, over time, how effective this new one is. Jo Farrell, for that is her name, has got a lot of experience. Indeed, she was the Chief Constable of County Durham. So she hasn't had to come too far for her new job. However, you know, the police in Scotland are undergoing an awful lot of problems at the moment. There's not much public trust in them. And they're massively underfunded. And, of course, morale is through the floor. Of course, that loss of morale is partially down to underfunding. Far too few officers, far too many crimes, not enough resources. And in some cases, they're just not able to investigate some crimes. And so the new Chief Constable coming in needs to reassure the people that the police force can deliver and reassure the police themselves and lift the morale of the police to say, look, guys, we can do this if we work together. It's day one, and she says the police are institutionally racist and discriminatory. Well done. One day on the job, and you've screwed the pooch already. Let's have a look. So, new Police Scotland chief agrees the force is institutionally discriminatory. It's her first day. So instead of reassuring the public, she's now said, oh, well, you can't trust us, we're discriminatory, we don't know where, we've got all problems if you happen to be brown, Muslim, or, whatever, black. Or we're not going to treat you right. What a way to start your day, eh? What a way to start your new job by telling the people of Scotland that you're a discriminatory force. Marvellous. And also, what a way to alienate your own people. You're coming in day one, they want to make a good impression on you, and you say, yeah, but you're all discriminatory and racist and whatever. She's going to find it's going to be very, very hard, isn't she? If she starts alienating people on day one, nobody will want to work with her. Jo Farrell takes up the top post as Police Scotland, having been Chief Constable of County Durham since 2019 and Deputy Chief Constable there since 2016. The new Chief Constable of Scotland has agreed the force is institutionally discriminatory. Ahead of Sir Ian Livingstone's retirement in May, he said it's institutionally racist and discriminatory too. But you don't expect the new one to come in and sit on day one and alienate its people. That would be moronic. But then the SNP government hired her. What do you expect? The new Chief Constable, Jo Farrell, has agreed with the statement made by her predecessor. In a speech she said, having considered Sir Ian's reasons, I agree. Police Scotland is institutionally discriminatory. People with different backgrounds or experiences, including our officers and staff, have not always received the service that is their right. Nobody is receiving the service that is their right. It's not discriminatory when everybody's suffering. The onus is on us, she says, to challenge bad behaviour and prejudice, address gaps and eradicate bias, known or unwitting, at every level. Then you tell me, Miss Farrell, or Mrs. Farrell, actually, you are married, aren't you? You tell me how it's okay and acceptable for a woman to be punched in the face by a man, and when the woman complains that the man is abusing her because of her views on gender, she's the one that's castigated for hate crime for moaning that the man's in a dress. She's the one with a punched face and blood leaking from it. Actual bodily harm. He gets a slap on the wrist. She gets told off for being discriminatory. You want a problem with the police? There's your problem with the police. Address that before you start having a go at them. She said the police is together. The forces policing together aims to address this, she said. Miss Farrell takes up the top post at Police Scotland, having been the Chief Constable of Durham Constabulary since 2019. Speaking at her swearing-in ceremony at Police Scotland headquarters at Tullyallen, there'll be a lot of swearing in those offices, won't there? She said, my operational focus is on threat, harm and risk. To whom? You? Not to the people, that's for sure. We've been threatened, harmed and at risk for years. Nobody seems to mind about that. Police Scotland will focus on prevention, problem solving and proactivity. Oh God, it's all keywords, isn't it? So, oh God, we've got to say proactive. How about getting on the streets and arresting people? How about that? How about patrolling? How about actually attending? Oh no, that's not what's got to be proactive. Oh God. Buzzwords. We've got one of them. We've got a buzzworder, haven't we? Anyway, Police Scotland is a highly credible public sector organisation known for its compassion, and it attracts huge public support. Does it? Since when? She says it's a privilege to be entrusted with the leadership of so many talented, professional and courageous police officers, staff and volunteers. You say so many. I would suggest so few. You're 1,100 at the moment and going to be 2,000 shy by the end of the year. So, not as many as you want. Certainly not as many as people need. The Scottish Police Federation, which represents rank and file police officers, said the new Chief Constable has to prioritise resourcing and police numbers, as the current operating model is unsustainable for police officers' welfare and for the communities they serve. Well, at least they recognise that problem. He said, there's not enough officers to answer the calls, never mind enough of them to attend the calls. The Chief Constable must publicly challenge the government and force a U-turn in the financial policies that are threatening public safety and the detection of crime. Good luck with that. They're cutting the budget further because, they need more glossy brochures on independence. Can't afford to put money into the police. Police Scotland, we covered this, recently paused the recruitment of 200 probationary officers. So that's two, and that's just between now and April. So they're supposed to bring in 200 more between now and April. They're bringing on no more. And so with those 200 not coming in, no more officers until April. And of course at the top end, you're still getting people retiring, going off sick, injury, illness and whatever. And stress, massive problem with stress. The problem is only going to get worse. And of course, as these people go off, retire and are off with stress, the amount of stress and workload on other people who remain increases exponentially. And then even more will go off with it. And it becomes a vicious cycle. And then come April, we can afford another 7 people. That ain't going to help. 7,000 maybe, not 7. Anyway, Justice Secretary Angela Constance said she's delighted on Miss Farrell's appointment and believes she has the leadership and skills that are essential to head our National Police Service to meet the opportunities and challenges ahead. That sounds like a load of old shit as well, though, doesn't it? That sounds like, oh yeah, I've got to say something nice, even though we're not going to give her any more money or no more resources, and the people of Scotland aren't going to be seeing a policeman on their streets anytime soon, even if they are the victims of crime. Angela Constance is the biggest criminal in bloody Scotland, isn't she? Miss Constance said the force is in a strong place. Well, quite clearly a lie. Either that or she's utterly delusional. She said both the First Minister and I look forward to formally welcoming the new chief. Yeah, I'm sure plenty of champagne there, eh? And I'm sure we'll forge a strong partnership. Yeah, there's some money. Have a little envelope. Do as we say, don't investigate us. She said it's founded on the shared desire to continue the delivery of sustainable excellence within Scotland's police service. The delivery of sustainable little envelopes of cash, we suspect, maybe, possibly, allegedly. A spokesperson for the Scottish Government said, while policing priorities are a matter for the new Chief Constable, we recognise Police Scotland is a vital service, which is why, despite difficult financial circumstances, due to the UK government austerity, no, policing is devolved. It's part of your budget. You choose to spend money on other things, not policing. Don't blame them. He said we have an increased police funding year on year since 2016. That's actually a lie and has proven to be a lie. Real term funding has gone down. They have upped the money, but not in line with inflation. Therefore, real terms, it's gone down, and that is why there's far, far fewer policemen. He said we've invested more than 11.6 billion since the creation of Police Scotland. By invested, I mean paid wages, paid the rent on and the upkeep of buildings. It's not an investment. An investment is when you take money and put it in to create something new. No, you're sustaining it. And it should have been a lot more than that over the last 20 years. It says Scotland also continues to have more police officers per capita than England and Wales. Yes, but when you've got one policeman operating over the whole of the Highlands, it's not very effective, is it? Load of old tosh full of crap. There you are. The new chief of police has been bought and paid for, I suspect, possibly allegedly. And she's in place now and alienating her own policeman on day one. Well done, love. You are going to have a nice easy ride over the next few years until you too resign with probably grey hair, lines, a problem with substance abuse, probably alcohol, and go home and beat your husband because, you know, the stress of the job. Let's say that. The little envelopes might help, might they? Allegedly. I'm coming up. So there you are. You go in to a new job and you want the best from people, and you do that by encouraging them, not by attacking them, calling them names and saying that they're despicable human beings and completely bigoted and discriminatory. You're an idiot, Jo Farrell. You've just alienated your own people. You want them to work with you. They don't see you now as their boss. They see you now as their new enemy. Well done. But then it's the SNP choosing her, isn't it? They've gone out and they went, oh, who's the one that's the most likely for us to be able to manipulate, perhaps allegedly? It's the only way around it, isn't it? They don't want to be investigated. They have to get one that won't investigate them. Here, we'll give you a great salary. We won't ask too many questions. Just don't investigate us. Allegedly. That's the thought, maybe. Got to be so careful. I've got to be careful. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been a wonderful introduction to your new Chief Constable, a woman who alienates both the people and the police on the first day at work. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and stay out of trouble. Bye.